She just brings that light that I can't bring.
He kind of makes me more logical and more motivated. You're listening to Opposites Attract with J&T. Stay tuned for...
I'm a refugee, bitch.
I have never been more confused in my life than right now.
And you have to bend over and listen to what I say. Oh, welcome to the podcast. I'm James.
And I'm Taylor.
And
we wanted to update you guys.
wait, before we update, we just wanted to thank our sponsors. Water. Drink it.
Yeah.
Thank you, water.
Thank you, water. I wish. That'd be pretty good. But we wanted to update you guys because we didn't have an episode last week. Sorry about all those who missed out. I hope you guys caught up on all of our episodes from our series, the high school experience. We hope you guys really enjoyed that. But this week we're going to switch back to relationship advice or our experiences in relationships. And we're specifically going to be talking about how we're going to be preparing for our future as a couple. But before that, we wanted to just talk a little bit about our week. And
no, we didn't. We wanted to talk about Colin Kaepernick and
that is
Colin
part
Kaepernick,
of our
the
week.
Nike ad. Why everyone's our opinions.
Our opinions on this ad, and also like what we did this week. So I mean, I guess I started school on James's birthday actually, and so I'm in school now. And James had his 20th birthday, so now
are you guys entertained?
We are both wiser, and so now we're coming fresh with new advice and new experience in different ways, starting sophomore year.
Got that 20-year-old angle and got that sophomore at a Catholic school.
I do not go to a Catholic school. I go to a Christian school.
She's embarrassed.
I am not embarrassed because I don't go to a Catholic school.
Well,
I go to a Christian school.
Wow, someone is with Catholics. Well, so do I. Stop raping children.
Oh my gosh.
Damn it, priest.
Okay. That is probably a very sensitive topic amongst our viewers.
Wait, Taylor, did you even see the ad?
I did not see the ad.
Oh my God. What's the point of having this conversation then?
I don't know. You wanted to talk about it.
Actually, you said something yesterday, and it was that companies shouldn't be having sides.
Yeah, I guess we'll just dive right into what we're talking
that?
about, which is apparently Colin Kaepernick is the face of a Nike ad or something, and conservatives are pissed and are burning their Nike stuff. That's all I've been seeing on Twitter lately.
I know, but from your moral stand ground, is that the proper saying? Stand ground?
No,
Standpoint?
moral standing.
Moral standing. Thank you, English.
From my moral standing.
Yeah, from your moral standing, you don't think it's right for a company to be supporting one side.
I agree with. Yeah, that's my view. I think that it's difficult.
I know, but why? Convince someone out there.
Okay, I'll convince somebody. Okay, when you are a company, you should be making products or you have something to give to the people. And when you take one side, you automatically shift your like production to people. Like your stock will probably go down because it did go down. Nike stock went down after they advertised, and they lost a lot of customers. And I think the reason is because you don't like to see like your favorite sports brand or any brand for that matter take a side. You know, it should be something that provides value to you and not something that just adds to the political warfare. Because in my opinion, all this political crap is just it's a lot. And we don't need companies now to jump in like, oh, now we're on this side. Just so you know, we're on this side to make sure that everybody is aware we're on this side. Like now there's half of your base, your income gone. I mean, sometimes, but in this situation, I don't think it was right.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate here, and we're just going to end at that because we can go at this for days. That's what she said.
But
but I think the other people are probably thinking, well, you know, Nike really believes that there is oppression and believes that people's dreams are being shut down. Whatever, if you're a refugee or if you're handicapped, that's the people that were shown in the ads. There's kids in the wheelchairs, a white woman. I think I'm going to take that back because I'm not sure, but minorities, just minorities in general, refugees, stuff like that. And they were kind of just giving them a side. You're like, hey guys, play sports. Doesn't matter if you're a refugee or not.
And I mean, I kind of agree with that, but at the same time, it's like it's hard to listen to an ad that kind of advertises to a specific group, and you know it, and like I feel okay. No offense. I just feel like this world nowadays is appealing to only one side and not the other, and thinks that the other is kind of the evil side. And I don't really agree with that. And I think that that's what's hard about companies doing that nowadays. But anyways, that is our update of pop culture this week.
I want to talk about that even a little bit more. I mean, like Colin Kaepernick. Like it makes you think: was Colin Kaepernick paid to kneel?
Maybe.
Did he even have an opinion? I feel like at this point now he wants to get paid, so he's trying to say something that will make the bidders kind of look at him a little bit more. Oh yeah, look, he has this opinion, and we can pay him to continue his opinion. But he's probably only saying it just to get money.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Maybe
I mean that's my biggest issue. Like, really, how's that even fair? You're just taking this big. He's not even. Is he? I don't even think he's an NFL player anymore.
I don't know.
He just sucks.
I have no idea, but I guess.
I mean, his as a player, as a quarterback.
Oh, he sucks as a player.
Yeah, I stopped watching football because of him. Just the way he throws balls is just embarrassing. I feel like I could do better with a tennis racket in the NFL. But
well, that would not be the NFL if it was a tennis racket, but
it would be my NFL.
Oh, okay.
Don't crush my dreams, Taylor. That's kind of like the essence of the ads. Anyway, today we are talking about. Sorry, guys, I slurred my speech. It makes me wonder if I have permanent brain damage.
No, you don't. You just have speech problems. I'm just kidding. You do not.
I'm a refugee, bitch.
We're explicit now, officially.
Damn it! Today we're talking about planning our relationships.
And our future in a relationship.
Our future?
Our future and what we will be doing to.
Sorry, I thought we were giving them advice.
No, we are, kind of.
No, we're not. Don't listen to us. I mean, drop out of high school and college. So one of the first things that comes to my mind when it comes to a relationship, I'm just going to take this, is the financial standpoint. A lot of people have been telling me this past week, dude, just like get married, like get a ring and then like have a wedding and then get a house and then you're married. Dude, shut the fuck up. What's wrong?
What do you mean? It's not that simple.
Thor, where I just have can transfer my lightning bolts into currents. I'm not sure if I have. Damn it! I've been watching Vikings way too much.
Good show though, but no, yeah, definitely. We've actually had a lot of that. People are just like, oh yeah, just get married and I'll just do this and I'll do this that and I'm thinking in my head like it costs like a good $20,000 to $30,000 for a cheap wedding. Apartments.
Wait, how much?
$20,000 to $30,000. That's a pretty cheap wedding. Like,
babe, can you just not have a wedding and buy a car?
But I'm sure that I'm sure our parents will be working, hopefully, on our wedding. But that's in the future, and I'm saving up. And you should be saving up too.
I'm saving up too, but $30,000. No one wants to.
That's what Leon and Dennis and Sam and Dina. I just really called them out. Sorry, guys.
To be fair, their parents paid, and to be fair, they also had 300 people plus at their wedding.
Yeah, okay, we're not going to have that many people, so it probably will be cheaper. But
dude, it's like there's a whole argument about college and how it's really overpriced considering 98% of today's information is on your phone. Really, you could just go into the internet. So that begs the question: why is tuition $70,000, $50,000, $30,000, $10,000 a year? I mean, $10,000 is not as bad as the 70, but still it's quite expensive considering you can just get a Yale lecture right on your phone. So
okay, well, your point.
Well, if you let me speak,
I'm just getting offended because I am paying for college tuition. Some people believe in it.
Kids are freaking coming out of college with $200,000 in debt. With
true.
What?
It is very expensive.
Try getting our degree. Everyone, that's the example. I've never looked into it, but that's what everyone says. If you get an art degree, there's no jobs. It's like, so you pay $200,000, you get out of college, you have no job, and you have like a $3,000 payment a month.
Right.
I was reading that's what one girl. She was a doctor, and she got out of college, and she was having $3,125 monthly payment.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's really a lot.
That's insane. I'm just saying.
What is that? What do you mean?
The whole point is, why do you need a wedding so expensive? You just started your lives together.
You don't need a wedding that expensive, and usually it's the parents that are supposed to pay for the wedding. I mean, and I'm hoping that that's what our parents do, or at least help us out. That'd be very helpful.
No, parents don't.
No, baby, we are not going to be able to buy our own wedding.
$5,000.
$5,000 is like, there's no way you could do a good wedding in $5,000. I promise you. The venue itself could be up to $1,000.
Yeah, let's not get a venue. Let's get some 2x4s, maybe a thing of tarp, and we spray paint.
Well, you're
white.
A boy, so you think everything
Christmas
should just be the cheapest it possibly could be,
not cheapest,
and not pretty and not
but it
good. But
happens
I'm
one
a girl.
time.
I have dreams.
It happens one time.
I have dreams about what I want my wedding to be like.
Imagine going to Disneyland and paying $20,000. Yes, it's not the same as a wedding, but it's an experience, and that's what a wedding is. It's an experience,
right? And I want my experience to be beautiful and magical.
Obviously, we haven't planned this out.
No, we have not. But that's just something that we'll need to have to discuss. So financially is something that with planning for your future as a couple is very important. So right now, I'm saving a good amount of money every paycheck so I have money for our future. Because not just for like me and him, but even like if I want to get my own apartment someday, or if I want to move towards getting our apartment together and we need a down payment and we don't have it right away because it's good to have something in savings just so we can have it for later, or like something that we could put towards our wedding or anything like that.
You think we're gonna get married? How silly!
Oh yeah, very funny.
Sorry, that was rude.
But obviously, we need more discussing about the price point about our wedding, but we haven't even gotten engaged yet, so we're not going to jump the gun. But
yeah, well,
I'm starting the saving process now.
I think the only way we're gonna. Oh gosh, Alex, I know you're the one time. You should actually let me know how that worked out for you.
What?
Alex, how you got married?
Oh, about the amount and the
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because he's the only guy who's kind of like has been floating in marriage and even has a child. So I'm pretty sure you can give us a good synopsis of what needs to be planned.
Yeah.
You guys, we have mentors.
We do have mentors.
Hashtag or slash fans. Fan.
But
what's another thing that you want to plan in the relationship that you think is important to plan?
I think
I feel like I have Tourette's. Just trying to get the words out. Just come on, blink more times.
I think the next thing that comes to my mind too, besides finances, is like emotions. Why are you smiling?
I'm just
like
waiting
that?
for you to pull something out your butt.
No, I don't. I have notes
I know.
on it.
You planned it out. I just wanted to see if you could remember it.
I can remember. Thank you. Emotionally planning for our future. So let's just say if we got married right now, I would be a mess because there's a lot of changes going on in my life and I'm not ready to be married emotionally. No offense to James because I love him, but
my hair?
It's good.
Okay, I'm emotional.
Anyways, I'm not emotionally ready because I feel like there's still things that I have to go through before I'm going to be ready to be fully married and be a wife because that's a big commitment.
Oh, like that one thing. What is it called? I'm a guy, so I don't really know these things, but it's when you don't have a period anymore and you PMS all the time.
Menopause?
Yeah, menopause. Don't you have to go through that? Are you planning for that?
Menopause is in your 50s. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Okay, that hurt.
What are you
I thought you were
talking
going to be like,
about?
yes, James, you're right. I should put that in the planner.
What? I've never been more confused in my life than right now.
That's an emotional time of your life. You need to plan for that.
No.
You're telling me you don't. Yeah, I'm going to plan for my emotions.
Let me just plan for my menopause in 50 years and I'll see where I go. What? No. No. We're talking strictly couples, babe.
Look, I'm 20 years old. I'm wiser, so you better listen to me.
I'll be 20 in less than a month, okay?
Okay, in that time, then you have to bend over and listen to what I say.
Oh, is that so?
As in advice. Words. English.
Babe, how are you preparing emotionally for our future?
I'm not, man. I'm just going in balls deep in the waves.
Okay.
Shoot, I didn't mean to say that word. But we're explicit anyway. Damn it.
What do you mean by that?
I'm a dude, Taylor.
Stupid train drives me crazy.
Yo no tengo emotions, cabrón.
Well, we're not getting married if you don't have any emotions. So that sucks for you.
Well, I'll plan to love you on the day of the wedding.
Oh, okay. That's perfect. Just plan to love me. Don't actually love me before that. Thanks.
I guess I just ran myself in a whole corner.
But on a serious note,
on a
don't
serious
get
note,
married.
I have no idea.
On a serious note, I think not planning, but just like knowing when you're emotionally ready and like having an idea what you want is important. So if you're in a relationship and you're serious and you know you want to be married, but you don't want to be ready just yet, you're not ready just yet, like me, emotionally, and you have things that you know you need to get through before you can be in a marriage, then that's totally fine. But and I think you just have to have that emotional preparedness before you go into a marriage and in a future couple. Same with even if you're not even getting married, but like if you're in a beginning stages of a relationship and you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to go to the next step, as in, you know, people like give keys to each other's house or something. I don't know.
I don't even have to play the devil's advocate because this is my own opinion, but I don't even believe in emotional planning because you have seasons in your life. You have the honeymoon. You have after you come back from the honeymoon, and that's when like life hits you, and that's like 1-2 years, no matter who you are. I personally believe, and then some people are not even able to get out of it because they're just so damn stubborn.
I'm confused what you mean by this in context to what I said.
How are you supposed to plan?
I'm not saying okay. Planning is not the right word in emotional context. It's more like being understanding of your emotions for the future. So like you understand where you're at now, so then you know where like what you want to be like for when you're getting married or when you move on to the next step, kind of, you know? I don't know how to explain it. Just understanding your emotions with your partner, where you both stand on how you feel about getting married, when you want to get married, if you want to get married, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that totally just...
Is that over your head?
Flew by.
How did that fly by?
Because that made no sense.
How did it make no sense?
I've never been more confused in my entire life. Never.
But to be fair, I was actually very confused.
To be fair, that was also retarded what you said.
How?
Just kidding. I take that back. Don't get offended. Yeah. You can't plan for your emotions, really.
No, anyway, that's not what I'm doing. Did you hear anything I said?
That's an emotion. I think what actually matters is having beliefs, aligning in beliefs, and morals. Actually, I'm going to restate that as morals. Yeah. Religion. That's one thing that people have. Like, if you're not religious, just imagine a Mormon, a person who believes that you can be a god if you wear holy underwear.
Okay, sorry if he completely simplified and butchered Mormonism.
Okay, fine. If you end up making it to the end in Mormonism, but you do need holy underwear to be a god, that's what they think.
Okay.
Anyways. Yeah, that's actually the part of a Mormon religion. That's a belief. You can become a god.
I don't think that's correct.
I will show you in writing from the Mormon Church.
Okay, fine. Show me later. Prove it to me. Sorry, Mormons. We need to educate ourselves a little bit more.
Really good people, man. They're just so nice and
they are. They're really nice.
Like old lawyers talk. Okay,
anyways,
so you imagine you're with someone who believes that they could be a god, and then you're over here a Catholic, and you're like, no, actually, we go in purgatory, you idiot. We don't create our own planet. So really, in that relationship, I think if you don't align with your morals, which I think personally, the only reason that I'm with you is
wow, you're digging yourself into holes. You're digging yourself into holes.
One of the reasons that our relationship is so successful.
It's better. There you go. Backtrack.
Nice.
Okay.
Dang it, Taylor. Come on, you're sober. Sober up.
I am. I'm already sober.
Okay, she's ready. It's so easy because you don't have to argue about stupid crap like that.
Yeah, I feel like if you're focusing a lot, like if the main problem with your relationship is that you don't align with religious beliefs, I think it's going to be hard for you. It's not impossible, but I also think it's very difficult. And I think that finding somebody that aligns with your morals and like what they believe in. So like even us, we had a conversation about Christmas last night, and like we had to like talk about it.
Fuck Christmas.
Okay. Look up the origin of Christmas, and he has this whole like
pagan
thing. He doesn't, whatever. Just look it up.
The whole point, the beef that I have is that my OG was not born on December 25th.
Okay.
And
anyways, besides the point, we had a disagreement about Christmas, and we had to talk about it, and we've come to a compromise and understanding.
Taylor's going to buy me a car over Christmas.
Yeah, that's the compromise.
And a house.
But anyways, that's not the point. The point is being able to talk about it, being able to come to a decision. If that means agreeing to disagree, then that's fine. If that means adopting each other's like different beliefs in different ways, that's fine too. I just think as long as you have some sort of like understanding of belief that kind of aligns with each other and you can go forward in that, that's good. That makes for a strong relationship. It's definitely difficult to do it where you're opposite or different.
I mean, even like politically, there's people who got divorced over the whole Trump in November with the election.
Mm-hmm.
Like I understand that one. That one kind of makes sense in the sense of like Republicans or Trump would be not pro, or he would be pro-life. Mm-hmm. Yes, pro-life, and then Hillary would probably be pro-choice. So like you can't imagine getting married to someone that would potentially want to kill your baby.
Wow.
I think I said it right. Yeah. That's final answer.
What he's trying to say is that it's difficult to make that work, but that's
difficult. I would not want to marry you if you would. I'm straight up.
Well, I mean, it would be hard for me too. I wouldn't want to compromise all my beliefs to make sure that I fit yours, same vice versa. So that's okay. That's all we wanted to say about that one. And the last one I wanted to talk about was working. Are
you trying to? I'm sorry. Are you trying to like ignore that topic? You don't like? It's not too
controversial? No, we just we talked about it for a good amount of time, I think. Do you want to talk more about it? Do you have an opinion? I'm going to put you on the spot here.
No comment.
Fine, then I'm going to move on. The last thing that we think is important to kind of understand before you go into your future together is how you work together as a team and what your mutual goals are for your future. So, like the amount of kids you want to have, what kind of house you want to live in, the type of wedding you want. I'm just giving examples of what working as a team.
Stop preaching at people.
No, I'm giving examples of what working as a team looks like. It means like knowing where you stand on various issues. So for us, like how many kids do we want to have? What did you
10.
say? We're not having 10 kids.
Or was it 10 divided by 2?
He wants 5.
5.
And I want 4 or 3. But
I wouldn't mind having 9 kids.
I would.
Well, your vagina would, but I wouldn't.
I would. Babe, as soon as they outnumber us, it's going to be so difficult.
Outnumber?
What do you mean? If we have more than 2, it's going to be hard.
Well, that's not true.
Yes, it's true.
You can have 3 kids, which is not as hard as 2.
No, because each parent has 1 kid if you have 2 kids.
Think about it. What? Oh. I can't have kids.
No, each parent can take care of 1 kid at a time if you have 2 kids. Oh,
take care.
What did you think?
I didn't sleep last night. Seriously, I woke up, stayed awake for an hour, went to bed for like 10 minutes, stayed up for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sad.
I was trying to find a position that I wouldn't lay on my back because I had a puke and I didn't want to choke on my puke. You know? Mm-hmm. I'm like, James, you need to make it to the podcast tomorrow, okay? You cannot die because you choked on your puke, okay? If anything, you're choking on something else, like banana.
Okay.
Dang it, I really don't like the mood that I'm in. I just feel like really weird, silly.
Yeah, I get that, but so aligning for us.
Oh yeah. If you have a third child, as long as the oldest one is like maybe 7, and it could take
care of,
he or she could take care.
They
X can take care of the third child.
Yeah, but then
and then the first child can then take care of the 4th, and then we can just go on vacations all the time while the first takes care of the 5th. And
needless to say, we don't have a specific like what set number that we both want to have, but we also know that like I'm not opposed to having more than 4 kids. I'm just gonna let Jesus take the wheel on that one. You know,
so
I mean, we'll plan. Yes.
First it was Mary.
Yeah.
Now it's you.
I'm cheating on you, just so you know, with Jesus.
That's tough.
Anyways.
That's like Vikings.
Yeah, that is.
Don't worry, man. It was Thor. It's okay.
Thor.
He banged his wife. Thor.
I thought it was Zeus.
No, it was Odin.
Was it? It was okay. Well, we're all wrong.
No, it's Thor. Odin is Thorin. Didn't you take
Odin
Greek
and
mythology?
Thor is not the same.
Well, maybe it is in your translation. Or
no, they're not the same.
Okay, fine, I'm wrong. Or Halbalt.
Yes,
which is another Halbalt. is another name for Odin.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Greek mythology aside, other things we want to align in is where we see our future going. So where we want to live, where we plan, even just like little things. Like we've talked about like what we want for our wedding, and that's little. You know, we talked about how many kids we would want, and then how many like where we want to live. You know, kind of like that kind of thing. Just kind of planning a lot. Like
I don't know, babe. Now that I think about it, I don't like to plan anything.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want like.
I'm not saying you have to plan every aspect.
I don't want strings attached to the like planning. You know?
No, of course not.
What I mean is, I imagine someone is like, you know, like, this guy's really smart because once just started college and one turned 20, so like I might take their advice. And I imagine them like planning to have this many kids, and all of a sudden they have a fourth, or they don't have, and they just get pissed at their wife. So like,
let me just disclaim what you're saying here. Disclaimer, 100%. When we talk about planning, it's not like let's write down everything that we want and make sure we stick to it, because that is not how life goes. It's more about having an understanding of like what your goals are together. So financially, planning for your future is easier because you can save money for things in the future. But that doesn't mean I know exactly where we're going to be living, what kind of apartment we're going to live in, what house we're going to live in, how many kids we're going to have, all this stuff. It's just an understanding between us. So like being emotionally ready together when we like, you know.
Oh, kind of like if I went to live in New Zealand, I probably should let you know.
Yeah, you should probably let me know if you have a plan one day to move to another country. I should know that in advance, and I know you do, and I'm not opposed to that. I don't want to live in Israel.
Why not?
Because I don't want to live in Israel.
Why not?
I want to live in somewhere that
Jewish? Are you anti-Semitic?
No.
Is there going to be
I don't want... Israel has no appeal to me. I'd rather live somewhere that's cool. Like, I'd live in, like...
There's Jews there. What's so bad about Jews?
That's not... You are twisting my words, and I hate it.
I feel like a news reporter. So, you're telling me outright that you're a Nazi?
Well, this is all off the record.
Is this true?
I can't imagine being in that situation. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so don't... This is not to say, like, okay, go write down everything you want for your future and make sure it goes exactly as planned. This is just more like... coming to a conclusion with your partner of things that you want for your future as of now, you know, and understanding that where you guys are on the same page. And that's kind of what we mean by planning, at least what I mean by planning.
We've never really, like, planned it, but, like, doing this podcast is pretty fun.
Yeah. I think, like,
so
we
10 kids?
We want to, no, not 10 kids.
It's not as fun as I thought it was.
Like, here's an example. We both agree that we want to keep doing the podcast in our future. And that we both are working towards marriage with each other, and we're both going to wait until we finish college before we do that. At least that's in theory. We don't know that's for sure, but that's in theory. Yeah. You know, things might change. We might become more ready as the years go on. But so you have to be open to plans.
Translate.
What?
Just.
You have to be open to plans changing. But it's just like be communicating with your partner about what you want for your future. And understand where you stand with each other and all these topics that we've been talking about. I know it hasn't been very clear, but that's kind of what we thought about.
I mean, if you believe in Colin Kaepernick, you should probably marry the same person who believes in Colin Kaepernick.
Maybe so.
Best advice I've ever given.
Yeah, I just think you can't really plan for life and life struggles, but you can understand each other well before you go into a long future with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about, like, you can't plan morals, but I think that's the best way. I was going to say why. Best way to choose a spouse, really. I mean, and that's really important. I mean, you want that, because then all of a sudden you're trying to raise your child, and you're telling your child this, and the other one is telling them that, then the child almost feels like the parents are in conflict, and that's never a good thing. Yeah,
like being aligned all throughout your relationship is very important for a successful future. And so as of right now, when me and James are at this period of time where we're before marriage, but we're also like serious, you know, we're not just like lollygagging through our relationship. We have plans. We have future plans for what we want for each other and with each other. And we've discussed a lot of things that we want with each other and for our future. And that's what I mean by planning, is knowing where you want to go with your partner. I think is important.
And things like similarities don't really matter, to be honest. I mean, Taylor likes her fashion. I think she looks like she's wearing a poncho. A cute poncho. You look fantastic.
Okay, yeah, good save.
We don't like the same movies. We don't like the same music. She's never touched snow. Ew, snow. I love snow. Snow? Are you kidding me?
I don't like snow.
You don't even need
We watch some similar movies. Like, there's one genre that we like together.
Yeah, well, okay, I know, but, like, that's not... We shouldn't be, like, at our wedding day... So how did you know that she was the... we watched Godzilla together, and it was fantastic. Like, I cannot... 5 stars. Both of us just gave 5 stars. That's...
Before a serious commitment to one another, you should have serious understanding of who the other person is and what they want for their future,
what happens if they're a freaking Satanist and they cut goats?
Exactly. That's something that you should know.
You probably should know that.
You probably should know that before you start a serious relationship.
Because if you ask and they say, yeah, I am too, and then you guys
you're like,
hang out together and be in harmony. See, like, that's good.
That's good. You mean, don't be a Satanist,
don't drink blood, is what I was going to say. Or... do whatever the fuck you want to do.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we wanted to cover about quote unquote planning your future with your partner. There's not really planning, but an understanding is good.
Guys, if your girl or boy, if your spouse, let me just say it that way,
your partner
is like, babe, what do you believe in? Like how many kids do you want to have? Do you want to have a Porsche or a Ferrari? Like, bro, she likes, or spouse, she likes,
partner.
Yes, partner. Your spouse likes
significant other. You're having so much trouble.
You have no idea. I was like a 4 out of 4 essay in my head, and then just like coming out, I feel like I just dropped a toolbox. Just so loud, such a terrible, obnoxious noise I just made. With my words.
It's okay.
It's not. I need to go to speech therapy. That's English. Oh.
Don't worry, you're starting school in
I got an
weeks.
A in my English 101, so
there you go.
Take that, university.
But thanks guys for listening to this one, but I actually have a couple things that we wanted to talk about. We're considering doing like live streaming on like YouTube or Facebook or something.
Babe, I was singing the same thing.
Really?
We should get married.
But we're considering live streaming, so we want to know if you guys are interested in us live streaming our episodes, because that would be kind of interesting, and then you guys can tune in and watch us on Sundays, and then also have our episode live on Monday. So, yeah, I don't know.
You're so confusing. You mean live on Sunday, and we can...
upload it.
It's not live on Monday.
I said live on Sunday.
No, you said you can watch us on Sunday, and then it could be live on Monday. Made no sense.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You sure are an idiot.
I meant that you can watch us live on Sunday, and then we'll have the actual episode posted on Monday morning like usual. So then you get a kind of an exclusive to the whole episode before it actually is uploaded, if you would like that, and also see our whole shenanigans in real action time.
It's a $19.99 value free. Those commercials. You know how it was $25.99? Well, X is now it's $19.99, and you get free 3 more if you buy now. But wait, if you buy now, it's $15.99, and you get 5. It's like, what number do I? I'm sorry.
I can't even.
I just didn't have cable when I was a kid, so that's what I sleep with that going in my mind.
The infomercials.
I just wake up with sweats. It's so much of a deal.
I just can't focus.
I wish I lived in the 90s so I can be in an info commercial. Catch us live on the Opposites Attract J&T.
Okay.
But if you buy now, you can watch it twice.
Anyways, so let us know if you guys like that. Also, we have an idea. If you guys would be willing, we would love to hear from you, and you can just ask us questions in the comments.
What she means is we want to do a segment where we answer people's questions because we want to see if our new wiseness
helps anybody.
So
you ask us a question in the comments of our recent video, and then the next upload will answer a question in the beginning of the episode, and we'll shout you out and just answer what you have to say. So that can be about anything you want. So
yes, if you're on the computer, you're just gonna do a right click over, write a comment on the Facebook page, and then you're gonna use the keyboard.
Yeah, that's
and then on your phone, you just press it with your thumb, and then you can use the keyboard at the bottom.
Yeah, so we encourage you guys to use your keyboard and ask us questions, and we'll try to answer a couple in our next episode. Please please do that. I think that'd be really great and interactive.
Next episode, we are also going to be eating food while we're doing the podcast.
We are.
Really?
We are?
I didn't think so.
I didn't think so either.
Oh, I can't believe you just went with that.
High
five.
We can get married now.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Catch you next time.